Courtney Ralston here, and I'm very excited because we are back to cook another one of the Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Garden Foundation recipes together. And I tell you why I'm excited, because we are making a delicious fruit crumble today, and crumble is my favorite dessert. It's really, really simple to make once you know how. We're going to run through the steps together. I have got in here about 3 cups of apple that's just been cooking. So I've peeled the apples, diced them up, I've put in some water, and I've used some honey in my poaching liquid. I've got a little bit of vanilla in there, but any of you kids that have kitchen gardens at home, you could flavour this with anything. Lavender, star anise, there's loads of flavourings that you could put into it. So my fruit crumble is going to be an apple and berry crumble. So I'm actually using some frozen berries. So I've got a mixture here of blueberries, there's blackberries in there, there's also some raspberries. So the residual heat of the apples is enough to soften them down. So I've got 1 cup of berries going in with my vanilla apples. And we can just leave that sit, and that will just gently cook away while we make a crumble. So for any of you kids that haven't had a crumble, this is the best part now. This is the crumble part. So it's like a crumbly, biscuity, crunchy topping that goes on top of the fruit, and it gets baked in the oven. It's very simple to make. We're going to start with 1/2 cup of plain flour. Just pop that into a bowl. I'm going to add in some cinnamon into my crumble mix. You could use some mixed spice as well if you wanted. To help give a little bit of puff to my biscuit mixture, I'm going to add in some baking powder, just a teaspoon. I've also got here 60 grams of butter, and I've cubed the butter, and I've kept the butter really nice and cold. So we're going to do what's called here rubbing in. So we're going to use very clean fingers. As always, we always start the recipe with clean hands, and we just want to use our fingertips in this recipe. They're the coolest part of your hand, and all you want to do using your fingertips is start to rub and just press the butter into that flour mixture. And this is where the word crumble comes from, because when we've put this all in, it's going to be all crumbly. This is what you're looking for with your butter and flour mixture. See how it's gone all crumbly? And that is going to be delicious when it's baked in the oven. The rest of the ingredients for our crumble are some rolled oats, just a couple of tablespoons. And I've got 1/3 cup of brown sugar. We get lots of natural sweetness from our fruit, so we don't need a lot of sugar in the crumble. Just mix the sugar and the oats through. And that is our crumble mix ready to go. I've got a nice flat tray. This is going to make our crumble cook really quickly in the oven, and it's going to give us lots of surface area to get that delicious crispy crumble on the top. So my apple that's been poached in some vanilla, water and honey, and our frozen berries, which I'm just going to mix through. You can see they're going to become beautiful and purple as they cook in the oven. I'm just going to pour our fruit into my dish. Shake it out. And you can see we've got a little bit of liquid in there, which is what you want. We want to keep the fruit nice and moist as it cooks in the oven. And then the fun part, just sprinkle the crumble mixture over the fruit. Try and get it all the way to the edges without spilling any. Looks pretty good already, doesn't it? That is our fruit crumble ready for the oven. I've got my oven set at about 200 degrees, fan forced. You want the oven quite hot. We really just need to cook this until the top goes beautiful and golden and crunchy. Maybe 15-20 minutes. Every oven's a little bit different, so keep your eye on it. You'll know when it's ready when you can smell that delicious cinnamon crumble on the top. And have a look at it. It is golden and crispy on the top, and you can see all around the outside our berries have cooked down and become very beautiful. That is a stunning looking crumble. Now this is my version of Stephanie's simple poached fruit and crumble recipe, but I would love for you kids to put your own personality on the crumble. You can use so many things that are in season, things like peaches, pears, plums, apricots. You can use some frozen berries like I have, or fresh berries. There are so many things that go into a crumble, and the topping is really simple to make. You only need clean hands and a bowl. I think it's enough talking. I'm gonna plate some of this up for myself, but this is what you want. Piping hot, oozy gooey fruit with a crispy crumbly top. I'm serving some yogurt with mine. And for me, that is just perfection. Done in under 35 minutes. That is the Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Garden Foundation Simple Poached Fruit Crumble recipe. It is so delicious. I know you kids are gonna love this one. I would love for you to get in the kitchen and get cooking and give it a go. Make sure you wait for it to cool down before you eat it. Don't do what I'm doing right now. That is the business. They're so tasty. See you soon.